Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to Satisfactory. Well, in the last episode we finished stage 3 and we have moved on. We're going to have a look in the hub. I have done bauxite refinement and I've also researched the hover pack and I built a hover pack, so we'll see how that all works. Bauxite refinement is going to be a fun one because we need to get to aluminium ingots so that we can make the Alclad sheets and the aluminium casing. And for anyone who's upset with me for saying aluminium, I'm sorry, that's just how I was raised. Anyway, I need a couple of alternate recipes to make sure that my aluminium build is as straightforward as possible. I have already got them and it didn't take me very long. And there's quite a bit to do, so let's get stuck in. Right, so after I did the bauxite refinement milestone, I came in with a whole bunch. I had like 21 hard drives and I decided to start scanning, and it only took 4 to get what I wanted. Oh, and by the way, this is fixed now. You can actually scroll this list. So the first one I'm going for is the sloppy alumina. I really want this one. It's going to simplify things and I will show you why. So let's select that and then go back in. And then the other one is the pure aluminium ingot. So I'll grab that one as well. Good. So that sorts out our needs. Let's pop to my staging area. I need to just remove some stuff over here that is not important currently. And then I'm going to put down another refinery so we can have a look at this whole setup. The first step is to get bauxite. Now, I know that there are a couple of bauxite mines fairly close to this area. There's one on top of this cliff, and further back on those cliffs is another one. So that's where I'll get my bauxite from. But it's not only bauxite that we need. If we select the alumina solution. Now with this, you would need 120 bauxite, you would need 180 water, and you would get 120 alumina solution and 50 silica. But I really don't want to deal with silica. So there's the alternative, which is the sloppy alumina, which is really good. You put 200 bauxite in, you put 200 water in, you get 240 alumina solution. So that's the first step in the process. Next step in the process, more refineries. I want to get aluminium scrap from the alumina solution. This recipe takes in 240 per minute. You add 120 coal and you get 360 aluminium scrap out with 120 water. So if you put those two together, basically what you're getting out here is going into here in terms of the alumina solution. But you're getting 120 water back, and on this one you are using 120 water, so you have a shortfall of 80 water, which means that you just need to add 80 water into the system and it would all square up. So 200 water seems like a lot at the beginning, but then yeah, it's actually not that bad. So that gives you the aluminium scrap. So with this 360 aluminium scrap, you would normally have two options. We'll start off with the option I'm not going to use, which is putting it into a foundry. You get aluminium ingots out, but you have to put silica in. Now, like I said, I don't want to deal with silica, and even though we would be getting some silica out of this system if I used the original recipe, it really isn't that important to me. Because like I said, I want to try and keep this very simple. So we aren't going to use this one. We're going to use the other one, but it's not made in this machine. It's made in a nice simple smelter. And you put 60 aluminium scrap in and you get 30 aluminium ingots out, which means the 360 aluminium scrap that you're getting from here will basically just go into 6 smelters and you get 180 aluminium ingots per minute. Seems like a good deal. In other words, to handle 200 bauxite, you would need 80 water, 120 coal, and you would get to your ingots. As straightforward as that. Coal is a bit of an issue, but I know that there's some coal somewhere out in that area that I can pull, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So once you're there and you have your ingots, then you go to a constructor. And in this constructor, you can make aluminum casings, using 90 ingots into 60 casings, or you could put it into an assembler with a little bit of copper and you would get your Alclad aluminium sheeting at 1:1 with a bit of copper added. So that's the process. That's everything you need to know about getting aluminium set up. And I have an idea where I'm going to put this. So I'm going to head out in that direction. The sun is rising, so it doesn't look so bad anymore. I am just to the north of my power plant, right next to the railway line that comes through over here. Hello, train. And I'm going to do a scan So we have access to scanning for bauxite now, so we'll do that. And I'm pretty sure it's up there somewhere. Yep, there it is. 473 meters. There's another one fairly close by. 489, that's up top. So I already have a bit of a setup over here to bring stuff down. So I think what I'm going to do is in this area, I'm going to do my aluminium refinement, my bauxite refinement. Now for that to happen, I need water, which is right here. I also need coal, which there is some coal up at the top there, but I'm kind of thinking that maybe I want to save that or maybe not. But I do need copper. Now, I've got two options with copper. I have belts way over there, which is going to be a real pain to bring in here. But I have copper over at the quartz mine, like really far away, that I have no plans on using for anything specific. So what I might do is, there's a train station there already. Maybe I'll extend that train station or put in another train station and have that bring the copper. But there's also a lot of coal out there, so maybe I will bring the coal from there as well and then save the coal up top here, because later on in the game that coal is really, really important and you need a lot of it. And just a spoiler, that's for diamonds. So I think I'm going to leave that stuff and I'll have like maybe a diamond facility later on up top, but I like trains. So I'm going to bring a train full of copper and coal from the other side. That's going to require some setup, but fortunately I have the train track right here, so I can bring a station or line off into kind of this area, and then this area here will be all bauxite refinement, and it'll be scalable to a degree. And also the first stages I'm going to keep kind of at this level, so it's lower. We don't have to worry too much about too many pumps getting water to where it needs to be. Well, it's going to take a little while for me to set that all up. I'm going to go and set up the train station on the other side, and I'll set up a train station probably over here and just fill this in with some concrete, and I'll be right back. Right, we have the bauxite coming in, and it's coming from way up top. It is a long way up, but yeah, we made a plan. Got 480 bauxite coming down. We have a train station, and that train station is bringing coal and copper from the other side at our quartz mines. And by now we should have a couple. Oh yeah, copper's in. Now the copper node there I thought was pure, but it's a normal node. So it double sharded, it's only giving me 240, which is fine because I don't actually need more than that. Don't need a lot of copper for this. Coal is a little more important. I've got two normal nodes and they are in total getting 480, and that's coming through here. So let's start building this place. So we're going to start with refineries, and I'm going to put, I think I'll put it over here on this line. Let's see. Nope, a little bit further over. Let's just put it in hold. Actually, what am I doing? I have blueprints. So 2 in, 1 out. That is the one that I'm using, I think. Yep, it's going to take the bauxite in on that side, the water in on that side, and it is going to push out alumina solution over on this side. So let me hold that and go and see how we're looking. I think I want to move this to there. Just leave some space open and maybe just click that over once. Okay, so that is where that is going. The outputs are on this side. Okay, so for now we only need 2 because each of them is going to be set to the sloppy alumina, which is going to take 200 bauxite. I only have 480 coming in. So for now, it's going to be limited to 400 on these 2. And set the other one sloppy alumina. Now, those are going to be putting out 240 alumina solution. So just to check the recipe on the other one, it is going to be aluminium scrap. That's going to take the coal. So it's got 2 inputs and it's also got 2 outputs because it's going to be outputting water as well. I don't have a setup in my blueprints for that as yet. So I'll just put one down and adjust it. I imagine it's nighttime again. Actually, I do have a 2 in, 2 out. Does this look good? Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's turn this around. Try and line it up with those. Hold it there. Yeah, I do want to leave some space. And the centers are lined up. Okay, so we have the liquid input at the top, solid inputs at the bottom. I'm going to change the direction of those because the coal is going to come in down here and into those. And then the water will come out. So it's going to be 120 water coming out, which needs to go back into this system. Yeah, I think what I'll do is if I have another set of these, I'm going to have these two over here, which I'll place them now. All right, so those are down. Set these recipes to aluminium scrap, so they're going to take in 240. They each take in 240 alumina solution, which means that I could actually literally just plug one into another one and it's its own little system. But I want to join the water up, because instead of just topping each of them up by 80, I want to top up this 4 machine system by 160. Okay, so I'll bring this. Oh, it's going to look ugly. Put that over there and bring it down. If I go, it's about 4, right? Bring that up and bring that down. That makes a nice little bend. I can do the same over here and plug that in. That looks relatively neat. So this will bring the alumina solution. I can take this pipe out. Don't need that one. Although you could use it as a kind of balancing system, but I don't really need it. I mean, this is putting out, we're putting in the max, we'll put out the max, and the max will go into the next machine, which takes the max. So let's sort out our water situation. Okay, so there's 400 water being required here. So this means the pipes over here are fine. I don't actually need these inputs. Do I? Of course I do, it's bauxite. So the pipes here are fine, but the line over here coming through from that side to this side with the tie-in should be Mark II, and that ties into there. So we have water coming out of here, feeding into the system. That water needs to be topped up, because although we're sending 240 water, we need 400, which means we are 160 short, and that means that I need to bring a water pipe in here. How and where do I do that? Possibly here. The big thing is this water needs to be immediately restricted to 160. Otherwise it'll overflow the system and then there will be problems. Things will shut down, it won't go well. But then we also don't want the water to flow back. So a good way to do that is put a bump, which I could do. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a pipeline junction over here. I could bring it in from the bottom like that. Although that's going to take up a little bit of space. I wonder if I don't maybe do that. Okay, this could work. This is an interesting idea. How do the pipes work if I do this though? I'll go over the top. Okay, that's exactly the shape that I want at the top, so water doesn't flow back. I'll still use a valve, but let's see. I need to put a floor hole down, and it's going to be on this line. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? 4 should do it, I think. Okay, and then pop that in there. Yeah, 4 was too much. Let's try going 2, and then pop it in there. That'll work. Oh, that's quite nice. That's almost elegant. And then over here, we'll put in a valve. Where's the control there? Okay, so that valve goes in there. And that valve is immediately set to 160. Okay, so just to recap. This is taking 200 water. This is giving 120 water. That means that there's a deficit of 80 water on those two. Now we've got 2 sets of that, so that's 160. I don't want any more than 160 water added to the system at all. So the return water coming out of these 2 machines will come into this pipe, and it will shoot back to feed into these at a rate of 120. That needs to be topped up with 160. So 240 we need for these 2 machines, 400, so we have a deficit of 160. The 160 comes in here from pumps downstairs that I haven't set up yet. And then out of these 2 holes will come 360 aluminium scrap, which we don't have a belt to handle yet, but this is what we're working on. So it'll be 2 individual belts, and they will feed into other machines to make other stuff. Good. Now I just need to get downstairs and put the water pump in. So we head downstairs and got a little platform going. Let's see, how many are we going to put in? Where's our hole? It's over here. So it's on the middle of this. Let's put a junction in over here. That looks about right. I'm going to stand on this and line up our water extractor, which I keep calling a water pump. Is that, yep, it's correct. And put it in right there. Now, this does 120. I need 160. So the question is, do I overclock this and just have one? Or do I put two down? Because chances are, in the not too distant future, I'm going to have another setup like what we've got upstairs at the moment. So what I'm going to do then is that. I'll have two. And then, you know, if I have another setup, I'm probably going to need another one. Pipes in. Pipes in. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to come down from that one. No, I think maybe I should go up to that one. I don't suppose it matters. Alright, so that's that. Then we need to pump because we don't have enough head lift on these water extractors. And I think we could just get away with a Mark 1 pipeline, although, what the heck. We'll go whole hog because we're on a Mark 2 pipe anyway, so which we also didn't really need for this section. Cool. I need to get power down here. I need to get power to those guys up at the top, and I also need to get everything belted in. So let me do the belts first. So I'll bring this over. Let's bring it to here, keep it up, and then drop it down. It looks relatively, oh gosh, it's slightly janky, but you know what? Hey, it works. So connect that into there. Now, I think I have Mark 1s over here. That will not do. I'm just going to put Mark 4s in. I don't need Mark 4s, but I'm going to put them in anyway. Each of them take 200. So Mark 1s would definitely not have worked. So that is the bauxite in the water is going to be sorted shortly. On this side, we're getting the alumina solution, and that is going straight into the other machines. I don't know, I could maybe have done this a little bit better, but it looks fine. And then we need the coal to come in to here, and I need to turn these around. Wait a minute, what the... No. Oh, wow. I really messed this up. I got these the wrong way around. Darn it. Alright, I'm going to have to remove this. So, just do the blueprint mode. Take that whole thing out. Wow. What a pain. Oh, I might as well show the hover pack. Well, I don't have power here, so I can't show the hover pack. Little unfortunate. I think maybe what I'll do is get a power line down over here. Replace the hover pack, and then I can just hover. And this will make things easier. Now, there is a range to this, and you've got to be near poles. The wire doesn't count. Railway tracks work, but you can go pretty high, and you've got an indicator on the bottom left that tells you how far you can go. So this is pretty nice, especially for building. So if I grab my blueprint now, which one was it? Yeah, it might have been this one. 2 in, 1 out. Ah, that was the problem. 1 in and 2 out. Turn it around and just hold it over there. Now, actually, this might work out better than I had it before. Right, so that centers them. That brings that line in. I'm going to have to just delete some pipes. And there is definitely output on this side. I need to just put the splitters over on this side. Hey, that actually looks like it works. So I'll place it. All right, then I can just come down here. I'm going to delete all of these pipes. That can go, that can go. All these overlapping things that were in here. And then I can grab this, go out to there, go up, and then connect those in. All right, good. That sorts out the alumina solution coming in. All right, splitter. And that's going to come in from that side. And let's see, I will put it right there. And the next one over there. And each of these is getting 120, so 120 coal. So I'm going to have to bring 240 coal, which I have more than enough of. Get rid of that. I need to go around the back and change how this water comes out. Plug that in there with a Mark II belt. I don't need a Mark II there, but I'm using one. Bring that out. Turn it a couple of steps forward. Up 2 notches. And in. Now, I hope with all this messing around, I haven't kind of destroyed a connection somewhere, but yeah, that looks okay. So the first thing to do, get the water pump sorted out. All right, power there. I'll bring a power line down to there. Plug that one in. Plug that in. Bring this across and plug that in. Right, so we should be getting, that is not right. That plugs into there. We should be getting water. Now, I can underclock. So I could underclock both of these to 80. Maybe I'll do that. And that's done. And then, once I see that there is water coming into this pipe, actually, I am not going to... Yeah, I'm going to just connect. Let's get power connected. And we will let the priming take care of itself. And that's connected. Right. Bauxite's going in. Oh, crap. Coal. Ah, problem. Right. Now, coal is the second hole. Bring that out to there. Do I bring it down to... Yes, I'll just bring it to ground level. Simplify things a bit. Mark 4 belt. And in there we go. And then in there we go. And even though we need 120, I'm still going to use Mark 4s because I can. And there is the coal going in. Are we getting water? Why are we not getting water? I saw a little bit. This is connected. The valve. You actually have quite a good reach when you are in this mode. Okay, so that is set to 160. Okay, water is definitely pumping up. So that is not the problem. Maybe it's this thing. Let's try and do this. Now, actually, there's no water in this pipe either, is there? No. Huh. That doesn't change anything either. Take that out. Alright, so let's try and get water in here first. Are we going to get water? No, we are not. Damn. Is this a floor hole problem? I don't know. It may not be that. It's... Well, we're not getting water here, so this is a bit of an issue. Replace the floor hole. And now that may have deleted the pipe underneath. I still want to put a valve in. That allows water. Did I have the valve in the right direction? I hope so. Okay, 160 there. I think I just need to, I need to reconnect, yeah, the pipe downstairs. No, that is still in. And we're still not getting water. Wow. I wonder if this loop is a problem. Oh, there we go. It's working. The water is coming in now. Okay. Oh, and I took the valve off, so it's going to be overloading. Right. That is that. Now, this should start doing stuff. I have these here, which I don't really need. Let's see what's happening here. There's water. It's... I'm going to just have to keep an eye, make sure it doesn't build up too much. Okay, it all seems to be working. Now I'm going to cut off the power. I'm going to switch back to the jetpack because there's no power. So, I don't want the system getting choked up. I'm very concerned about it. So, I want to get the aluminium scrap out of here as a matter of urgency and getting it processed so that I can sink it, so that the system just constantly runs. And also bearing in mind that we are getting 360 aluminium scrap out of each. There's no power. Why is it making noises? Why is the water still pumping? That shouldn't be. This is disconnected. Strange. So let's have a look at the recipe. And we're going to do these down here. So we're going to have smelters, and we're going to have a few of them. So let's see how many. Okay, 60 to 30. We have 360 coming out of each. That's 6 smelters per, which means we need a total of 12 smelters. And we don't have a 720 belt yet, so these belts are going to have to come out separately and each go into 6. So let's get rid of this and check our blueprints, see if I've got any good ones. 4 smelters from the right. Could that work? Let's see. Yes, that could work. All right, let's see. Where are we going to put them exactly? I think I'll leave a space and then have these over here. So let's see. Yeah, we got a room on this side. I can scooch it over one and center it. That's fine. Nothing here. This column's not blocking anything. We're going to get output on this side, which can then go into another system or 2. Perfect. Right, so I have to do that 2 more times, and that is correct. And 1 more over here. I am missing space. And it's not even going to give me a hard time about dangling off the edge. Cool. I'll take it. There we go. 12 smelters. And I will just build up under this, so kind of looks somewhat decent. I mean, it's not like nothing else in this factory is dangling. And then Mark 4 belts out of these machines. This will go in... What? I didn't line it up. Oh, awful. Put that there, and it's going to... Okay. This is going to come out to about there and then swing in. Yep. And that will feed into the first 6. It's already feeding in. I don't really want it to, but okay, so that's 4, 5, and 6. So we'll get rid of this belt. And then I'm going to convert all of these belts. I don't really need to do those because it's 60. I'll just convert these ones. All right, so there are 6 smelters. And then we need to connect into the second 6, which will bring it out to here, swing it down this way. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that will plug into here. So I will bring it to there and into there. 360 per line. Excellent. And then I just need to upgrade these lines. Run through and set the recipe. 60 in, 30 out. Sounds like a good deal. Make sure that the power lines are all connected up. Hop over to the other side, sort out the outputs. Now, the outputs are all going to go down that way, which is fine because what I'll do is maybe just loop it over. I didn't want to change direction of all of these things on my blueprint. So I'll just do all the in-between belts. And total aluminium ingot production here will be 360 per minute. Now, that's probably not going to be enough for the whole game because you really do need a heck of a lot. But in the meantime, just so that things are working, I'm going to put in a smart splitter that's going to come out over here. Let's feed it into the smart splitter right over there. And then I'm just going to set up an awesome sink over here. And we'll put it right there. And it clips through the floor. Oh, darn it. Actually, it doesn't look so bad when it clips through that much. It's when it clips through, like, over there, halfway through the antennas. Anyway, don't care. Probably not going to be permanent. Need that in there. We'll have this set to any in that direction and overflow in that direction. And we'll check that that is actually working once we do it. So let's get everything plugged in and working again. Power to these machines has been restored, and then just down to the bottom, connect from there to there. Extractors are on, pump is on, and then I need to plug this in. So let's grab a pole. Okay, so we want it on the line, and then we want it over here, and then cable. Oh, wrong thing. Did I press 1? Good lord. Why is it giving me that when I choose? Oh, because I pushed the wrong button at one point and changed my hotbar. There we go. Plug that in there, and there we go. All of those are now working, and we are getting. Oh gosh, I need to plug this in, otherwise there's really going to be a problem. I just realized I didn't plug the sink in, so that could cause problems. All right, well, we'll empty that line out pretty quickly. There's a total of 360, so Mark 4 is fine. All right, well, that's fantastic. That works very nicely. Everything seems smooth. There is not a massive buildup of water. The alumina solution is being flushed. Water is emptying out immediately. This is a little slow, but maybe I left it on for too long and it just built up. But that's probably not right. So I'm going to empty that and let it balance. And I'll do the same with the other one. All right, well, that seems to be okay. We got water coming in. The water's coming in at 160. And that's the only water that's feeding this system. Yeah, a big mistake I made when I first started aluminium in one of my previous playthroughs was I put the 200 water in and then tried to balance it afterwards, and it just turned into an absolute nightmare. You do not want to do that. Just feed into the system what you need. All right, well, let's get a stock of these things going. So I'll put in a large storage container and a big belt. So that will go in there before it goes in there. Good, and then this will fill up and we'll have a nice container full of aluminium ingots. But there were other things that I did between episodes. One of them was turbo ammunition. So let's head over to, I think this is the place. There's a bit of a gauntlet of advanced hatches. So I also found out that the rifle has a range. So if we go to the rifle, I have the normal ammunition, and I'm going to go and I'm going to hold the button down, and I can do that. Now, the range is about 150 meters, so I think those would probably be in range, but I'm going to change the ammunition now to turbo ammo. And then when I hold this down, it speeds up the firing rate. But it does kind of fire everywhere, and it's got a recoil, so yeah, you're going to need to play with that. But it is pretty good because your magazine size is 75 compared to the 15 with the original rifle ammo. I'll switch to that since I've made a few of them. It's weird that it's not hitting them. I'm pretty sure they're within 150 meters. Huh. Interesting. Ooh, damn. Quick color change there. Rifle turbo ammo. Okay, it does shoot slower initially. And I'm not sure if there's a massive benefit as a single shot ammunition. Other than that the magazine is huge. Anyway, so there we go. We have turbo ammo, and it's nighttime, and for some strange reason, I'm going up here. It's so dark. If I put my torch off, it's black. Oh no, not going in there. Right, so overnight I went and collected some stuff, and I also selected the milestone for Logistics Mark 5 because we're going to need that. It's the faster belts. And I've left enough space here, if I move things a little bit, to have another row of these if I do decide to do another one of these setups, which I probably will. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a platform over the top of these, trying not to get in the way. Okay, this is at the same level as the station, which works out quite nicely. And this is where I'm going to put down some assemblers. So, blueprints. We're going to have them come in from the right. Where are my assemblers? So, like that. That means I'm going to have to fiddle things slightly. That's okay. Make sure that I'm lining things up fairly well. Okay, I've given space. I have space to bring a belt up and into here, because I'm going to process half of the aluminium ingots for now, because there's something else that you need aluminium for. So let's get all of this nicely centered up, which means I'm going to need 6 of these assemblers, and that looks like the 6. Good. These big pylons, I'm going to have to do some more adjusting. I've got to be so careful because that's bringing the coal down. I don't want to cut it off like I cut the sulfur off on the other side. But anyway, this lot is going to be... Actually, yeah, the inputs are on this side. And I've put these the wrong way around. Good lord. Trying to get myself used to using the hover pack again. That looks good. And then this one, that looks good. Yep, everything's happy. It all lines up. Gonna just sort out some belts. Gonna sort out the power connections. So I'd have to use at least Mark 3s because I'm going to be bringing in 180. So I'll just use Mark 3s. I am still sort of trying to conserve a little bit of material, although I actually really don't need to. Okay, the belts going in can still be Mark 1, so that is fine. The belts coming out also going to be Mark 3 between the machines because that's what I need. Good. Okay, so this has 2 inputs. The first input is, let me see, I'll bring the copper, yeah, I'll bring that above the ground. So I can bring that through to there, raise it up until it's level. That's good. And pop that into there. So, oh my gosh. Hang on a second. Oh goodness. It's gonna choke things up, darn it. One small thing that I forgot to do. These need copper ingots. This is not an ingot. So let me sort that out. Okay, that is the copper ore connected. That is feeding into these machines, which are all getting stuff. It'll take a while for them to max out, but that's okay. And then, let us see, how are we going to bring this back? Yes, I think what I'm going to do is bring out a floor hole in line with these, in line with that. Okay, so I need to go across one that way and back one that way. Cool, that'll work. Okay, we're going to put that in. We're going to reverse the direction. We're going to bring that down. Grab the belts, connect it into there. So we'll have ingots coming up here now. And I'm going to bring the lift up. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me bring the belt across first because I want to keep this height. So if we bring this through on this line over here, we'll bring that up to there. Bring that up to there. Can put this in over here. And I think that's the right height. Pop that in there. That's going to get our copper ingots through, and each of these machines need 10, might as well set recipes, 10 copper ingots. We've got 6 machines, so that's 60 copper ingots. We don't really need a Mark III line, but we've got extra for when we expand things. Right, the next thing to do is to bring the aluminium ingots up, so floor hole right over there. Put this there, rotate direction, or reverse direction. There we go. Put this in, and we're going to bring it in from that side. Bring this over to there, give it a turn. Grab a belt, chuck it in over there, and it goes over very nicely. I'm just going to set that smart splitter and set the left output to be any. That should get us moving. Yep. And that belt is now filling up. Excellent. Right, that belt is backed up now, so all I really need to do is add the power. Pull a line through to here and plug these in. And they are going to start making Alclad sheets. So let's sort out the storage for them. We'll have a big one, and I'm going to need a lot of these, so I'm going to put a dimensional depot down here. Right, that's in. We're getting Alclad aluminium sheets. Nice. All right, now, do I have the stuff to do a dimensional depot? I don't actually know. No, I left the Mercer spheres back in a storage. Let me go fetch them. And by the time we get back, we'll have some of these and we can maybe do an upgrade. Or actually, we might have them sooner than that. Yeah, we only need 200, so they're coming in thick and fast. I'll just grab the 200 as they arrive. There you go, 200. Nice, neat stack. Got all the other stuff for the upgrade, so let's go back. I'll just come back and do the dimensional depot later. A lot of trains. I have a 4th train, and still I see no accidents, I say, while touching a lot of wood. Don't judge me on that. All right, back at the hub. Let's plug all of these in. Logistics Mark V.
Milestone reached. Fixit dedicated this milestone to the conveyor belt and lift Mark V. They may be implying that your factory could be further optimized. While they are correct, I believe they are setting unreasonable expectations. Having all of humanity very definitely relying on your work is a lot of pressure. It's a good thing I'm here.
Yeah, thanks, Ada. Nice to have you here too. Okay, nothing else here that needs aluminium. Although, yeah, we'll get to the advanced aluminium where we get the fluid bottles, and that's when we'll get to rocket fuel. So that's a good thing. Everything else is kind of okay. I did have some, the reason that I got the turbo rifle ammo was because I collected quite a few of the aluminium casings out in the world. So I used them to do that research, and then the rest of them are pretty much used to do the ammo. But what we do have now are conveyor belt Mark V. 780 items per minute, and they are pretty fast. So let's see if that improves our travel. And when you do this, make sure you don't have the hover pack on. You want to have the jetpack on. There we go. Now we get some speed. And I'm just going to fly back there, put that dimensional depot on to that storage, and we will have access to Alclad Sheeting wherever we are. Right there. Mark III lift into there. And there we go. We are uploading. Nice. I think I'll grab a couple to keep on me. Anyway, there you have it. We have our first basic aluminium system set up. We are making Alclad sheets. We will soon be making a lot of other stuff, but we have Mark V belts. So we've progressed pretty well, and this will expand because there's quite a lot of need for aluminium in the late game. I'm not sure how much, maybe just another set, but whatever it is, we'll do the expansion when the time comes. So if you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think of my use of the alternate recipes to simplify the system. Like I said right at the beginning, I wanted to keep everything fairly simple. I don't want to overproduce massively for no reason. And I think these two alternate recipes that I've used today very much simplify this process. Makes things a lot easier. Anyway, I do thank you all for joining me. I appreciate your support. And until next time, cheers.